Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our next speaker, Krzysztof Marzec, presenting the topic, 3 very practical applications of Google Analytics 4.
Talk only about how to move around the interface, how to do stuff in Google Analytics 4. The most important part is how to use it in a practical way. So Google Analytics is a part of the gears that you can use to do better SEO, better SEM campaigns. Either you are doing Microsoft ads, you are doing Google ads, or even if you are doing social media like Meta ads or organic social media, or maybe some LinkedIn campaigns. This is one way, one tool to connect everything in one place. And this is super important. I will show you how to do it. But Google Analytics 4 is also a revolution, and it's new stuff. It came to us, not maybe unexpected, it came to us in a bad moment. We were all preoccupied with pandemic, with getting through it, and then Google said, yeah, we'll turn off your favorite tool, Universal Analytics. So we don't all like Google Analytics 4. I will try to make it like more, or I will give you some alternatives at the end so you can get the data, get things done, but don't dwell into the interface of the tool you don't like. But first of all, you need to know why we need data at all. Because for me, it's always something that I want to be one step ahead, okay? So I'm a father of 3 kids. I love them very much, and I want to have connection with them. And we talk about what we can do together, board games, stuff, etc., right? But at some point, they started playing Fortnite. And if you know this game, okay, if you don't know this game, don't start. It's like most toxic community of gamers there when I found, but there was one great thing about it. When I play games for me, made for me, like Helldivers or any other Battlefield and stuff, I'm like mediocre. I had to change my mouse to this horizontal one because of my hands getting tired. Very good stuff. And my guy said like, oh, I will be less good at the games. But I said, I already suck at those games, so what now? But when I played Fortnite with my kids, I'm shooting other kids. And you know, I'm very good. It makes me so good because I have the advantage, I have the knowledge. I can use strategy, I can use my focus, I can use my approach. So what you want to do to have more knowledge about some tools and some data than your competitors. And first of all, when the Google Analytics Universal, so the version 3 was over, we were surprised because it was going super fast. And every marketer in Poland, we were like to gossip about, yeah, Google will never do it. They set the date and they will change it. And I asked my friends at Google and they said, yeah, the date is pushed. Like it's already pushed. We have to get rid of Universal Analytics because it's not working anymore well. We lose a lot of cookies because of privacy and because of people using ad blocks and stuff like this. And we need new tool. And Google Analytics 4 will be good in time. But there are 2 more dates. First date was 2 weeks ago. It's the start of March this year. We have this very, very big change in Europe with Google because Google as a platform is obliged to check if you are getting consent from users to use some of the very, very important stuff in, for example, Google Ads. You won't be able to use enhanced conversions. You won't be able to use all the Google Analytics 4 functions. You won't be able to use remarketing if you don't get consent from the user. So showing them just like, oh, my site uses cookies. If you don't like it, go away. It's not going to work anymore. And it's not about the law only. It is about the law, sure, but it's also about the Google. So they won't let you use it. So now you have to make this consent mode 2.0 and everything will work. And then it's another date. This date I hate because they announced that during summer when we want to chill, we will lose access to all the old data in Universal Analytics. So if you have means to export it, you need to compare year by year. You have to do it now, save the data, because it will be turned off in future, okay? So it's a big punch for us because we like to compare data. But some of you know that all the trends data, when you try to compare the pandemic year to 2020, it's a bad comparison, right? If you want to learn about Google Analytics 4, you don't have access to it, or you have access to your account and you need more because you work with one company, you can use demo account, and this demonstration account is for free. You can just simply type into Google like demo account, and you will connect to data gathered from Google Merchandise Store. It's like store with some overpriced Google goods, like gadgets and stuff, but they will show you how they gather data. You can check everything, and things what I will show you, you can do a lot of them in this demo account. And GA4 is prepared for this cookie-less future. So the cookie monster doesn't like it, we don't like it, but we have to deal with it. What does it mean for us? It will be changing. The Google will deal with third-party cookies, like they will be gone. At some point, it will be gone. It's big change for affiliate, it's big change for all these companies that gather data, but for us, marketers, it will be changed that our marketing will not be as focused as it was before. We will lose some options to choose from. For example, we will lose lookalike audiences, and you need to know that there is a certain amount of people, and it's depending on industry, on country, or like level of knowledge, that will block you from measuring them. Like, for example, me, I use AdBlock, it's MuBlock. I can see some ads because it's configured like this, but the all connection to Google Analytics servers is blocked, is severed. I'm never in those reports. So it's like big percentage of people using this in your country or in your industry. You can try to check this, but you have to be prepared. It can be 5% here or 25% in the other industry because you work with like IT specialists or something like that. Okay, so we have to be prepared for this, and we use Google Analytics as a tool not to measure stuff, but to measure trends. You don't say, go to a board meeting and say, we have 1,000 users exact. You want to say like, we had 1,000 users last month, this month we have 1,100, 10% increase. This is what Google Analytics is for measuring trends. And of course we want to measure ROI, ROAS, but it will be not exact as always. So for example, when I'm tracking data from some e-commerce, I see much more transactions, and it's like much more, like 20, 30% more sometimes, in internal CRM than I see in well-configured Google Analytics 4. Why? Because they are actively blocking connection to the server by ad blocks, by all the privacy plugins to their Chrome, Firefox. Yeah, and that's it. We have to deal with it. So it won't be exact data. And why we don't like this tool? Because unlike Universal Analytics, that was a product made for marketers, this is something you have to change for you, okay? So you want to open it and you want to act like this. And it said, nope. You will waste 2-3 days of learning curve, and you have to learn how to do it. But I will show you it's possible. This is empty account, and I will now show you that you can change every report. For example, here we will go to this edit option, and I can change dimensions, I can change metrics, I can literally change everything to make reports work for me. So some guy at Google say like, this report should look like this for most of people, but you can change it. And most of us will have to change it for our needs. You can also go to the library, and I see I have this bardzo ważny report. This means very important report. And I wanted to change it for you to understand in English. I can rename it. I can use all the icons I want, like emojis. And it can be done to look for human, made for human, not only for like machines. Because if you go to the interface right now, it's worse than the Universal Analytics. You have to upgrade it for you. So you can change all the collections of reports, all the reports, and you can just customize it for you. You have to know about some new stuff they developed for GA4, like engaged session. Engaged session is a special kind of session that will show that user was engaged on website. We can say like, is it good for me if I'm e-commerce? No, this session is not quite cool. I want the user engaged to add something to basket and pay. When he or she sees a thank you page for buying stuff at my place, that's good user for me. But this is the entry level. So if we check the amount of those sessions, we know that they stayed at our website at least 10 seconds. If you go to the settings, you can change this 10 seconds rule. It's buried very, very deep, but you can change it. And you can try to measure it better. We did it manually in Universal Analytics in past by using some JavaScripts, but now it's automatic. And there is a new bounce rate. It doesn't compare to the old one because new bounce rate is the opposite of percentage of engaged sessions. So bounce rate last time in Universal Analytics was I enter the page, I do absolutely nothing, but I can stay and watch, and then I leave. Now bounce rate is I enter the page and I leave, but there was no 10 seconds of me on this page. So I left before 10 seconds passed, okay? So if we make a report, I will show you later how to make reports like this. It's an exploration tab. And I put some dimensions here, like source and medium, so where this user came from. And then I put some landing page query. I put it here, so I can see all the sub-pages on Google Store. And I said, okay, show me engaged sessions, engagement rate, very important stuff, and bounce rate. They will always add to 100%. So it's the opposite. It's a different metric. You have to know, because when you are comparing data between GA4 and UA, Universal Analytics, it will always be a mess. You can't compare this data. It's different approach to a lot of metrics. It's different approach to gathering those metrics, because all stuff in GA4 is based on events. Like, it's totally different than before. And there are a lot of dimensions, like 300s. Some of them are for marketing options, like Google 360, and like a lot of them you won't use. But imagine what you can use. For example, you can check the version of mobile phone someone is using, the system, resolution. You can check a lot of stuff about the user. I will show you later about segments, learning about what kind of user is watching your site. So my first insight for you, very important for SEO and SEM campaigns and all marketing work, is to check data about your landing pages. And of course, we have better tools to do it in some way, but Google Analytics will give us a lot of insight here. So this is a big simplification. I will show you this, but if like Philly was listening to this, he would say it doesn't work like this, because it doesn't work like this. It's a simplification, okay? So I will tell you how to look at this. Imagine you are Google, and you are sending 1,000 people here to this link, and then you are sending here. This conference is in September, so 70% of people are returning to Google and looking for another conference they want to go right now, not in September, right? So they are showing Google the interest of this result, because this result was not giving them answer, was not answering the intent. And if we put it in a big data machine, and if we use a lot of more signals using AI, like what kind of user is this? What did she or he put next to it in the Google? Like maybe if someone said marketing conference, and then marketing conference and my country or something like this, right? So basically, if we check all these materials, we will see the engagement this result gave. We call it behavioral approach, but we know that it works. It works in Google Ads. It's set in quality score, it's set in ranking factors, and we know it works in SEO. If you have more engagement, so less people go back to Google, in general, you have better results. You can go up in ranking. It's not like this. It's not this simple. I have to underline it. But then you can try to check it in your approach. It's super entry-level report, but see. I'm going to Explore tab, and now I'm making new exploration, and I'm adding here dimensions. I need them to make this table, this report, and what I will do, I will add a landing page and a query, and this is very simple report. I can upgrade it, of course. I can add source and medium, so I can look only for people coming to my site from Google, for example, from organic results, or from Bing. I can use a lot of stuff here in metrics, but I will choose some of them, like you can always check what does it mean, the view per user is well described, or you can go to documentation also, but you can make, for example, this engagement rate here and give views. And now I'm taking from this sandbox to these settings in drag and drop way, and I will make a report. You see it's live, and I can see the most popular URLs on my site and the engagement rate. So for example, what I can start to do, this is not good report to do it like all of it, but to the start, I can see that this page, basket, is a bad landing page. Okay, we know it. But then I will see that this page, clearance, has lower engagement rate, much lower than other categories. So I can check what's going on there. And if you scan all your page, all your blog, you will start to learn how to write content better, so it will be more engaging to users. We cannot manipulate users to click on our site. It won't work. Believe me, SEOs tried, especially in Poland, we tried. You cannot do it. It won't work. And you cannot make them stay on your webpage like, please stay 10 seconds more or something. No, you have to make a good content. And what you have to do? Answer their intent. But there is one technical stuff that is super important. It's called Core Web Vitals, and you can check Core Web Vitals for your page here, webdev.measure. It's official Google tool, and you can also do it in Google Search Console. Super important place. You know from the last presentation that it's a place you will see penalties, but more or less you will see all the errors, and you have to focus on those three: LCP, CLS, and FID is gone. If you checked this half a year ago, it's gone. Now we have INP. So it says like how much time we need to show the most important, largest piece of content on your page, on your screen. Here we will see now the all stuff that will make your site laggy, non-interactive. So all time that it needs to be interactive. And layout shift, you basically measure how much your site is like Tetris. So it should load not moving at all. And if you check this for your site and you try to improve it, you can do a report like this. And in this report, you will see, first of all, these data that Google has about your website. Right now, it's like user data. So this is one. And second, this is algorithm-generated report about what you can improve. So for example, here we have some issues about performance, and we have to reduce JavaScript, stuff like this. But it's not bad. Don't aim like, oh, I need a green one. Talk with your webmaster, talk with your developer, because it's algorithmic. So the most important stuff is to see on top and look at the 28-day window. So if you change it today, it will take time to change everything, right? So it will take time to change report like this. So you can also see this in Google Search Console, and it's a funny thing. I will talk about links at Brighton SEO soon, and one of the things we know in Poland, like we checked it a lot of times. Someone asked at the last presentation, do we need this tool to show Google spammy links? And we say no, because it's basically showing Google types of links that we think is spammy, giving them too much information. We don't use it. Why do we don't use it? If you go to the Google Search Console now and you try to say, I want to see reports about my page, they will give you two options to do it. You can either verify whole domain, like everything, with all subdomains in it, like everything, or you can verify only this domain or subdomain one by one. And if you use this option, the whole domain, the new one, there is no desirable tool. They didn't think about this. It's not available there. You cannot use it. So they make something new, something better, and there is no tool. So it shows us that they won't use it. It's not that important as it was in the past. But there you can see the core web vitals for your website. You see the examples, and you see that I'm failing in HTTPS. It's super important to do it well. My site is a test site. I wanted to make some errors here, but I will show them a little later. And here you can do a simple report. It's from my blog site. I added one more dimension. So every traffic I am seeing on this report is from Google Organic. So I'm taking landing pages from Google, and I'm trying to pinpoint the first step in my reporting. What kind of pages are bad? So for example, my main page has this 45%, 42%, so it's not so good. I should improve it. But here, I'm double checking. Yeah, it's very good. Sorry, it's a bounce rate. Google Analytics 4 wants you to think positively. So engagement rate is a positive, but bounce rate is negative. So 32% of people are entering my site and leaving. That's the life. Sometimes you will see 20%, sometimes 80%, but it's a normal number. But here I lose 92% of people. They're entering website and going away. Why? I need to check what is this or this, how they connect to my user base. What's wrong with these articles on the blog? Maybe someone was putting very large number of graphics in front. Maybe someone was not thinking how to lead the user, or the keywords were too random. So Google ranked me on some keywords, and I can predict I will lose them in future. We usually tend to get a lot of traffic from long tail to some pages, and then we lose it after time. Why? Because Google is counting that, okay, we'll give you the chance, but now after gathering more data, we know this content is not so good for you anymore. Okay, so if you don't want to do this on the first level, you can go much, much further. A lot of us are measuring conversions, and the conversions, of course, you know that can be very important for your website, like filling form, contacting your company, but go to the next level, so micro conversions. And you can check if someone was active on your website. We did some reporting for our e-commerce client, and they wanted to focus on people that were on the site for half a minute. And we said, no, it's not a good measurement. If we focus on people who were on the site and open some photos, that was very good, because they used Zoom, so they can probably choose the products in future, okay? You can check landing pages report, and you see my landing pages are here. CVR is conversion rate. So I used 3 landing pages in this campaign, and one is so bad that my campaign can be twice better using only those 2. I do tests, A, B, ABC, and stuff like this, and you will get this data, and then you say like, whoa, my idea was very bad. Why? Because we cannot just let our knowledge go to change pages. We have to test it. We don't know our users, we think we know them, we don't know how they interact with our pages, we just think they will interact just like us, they will understand our structure and stuff. And let's see this report. I'm going to admin here, and if you go deep below, you will see the product links, and you can link Google Ads account to analytics, you can link Google Search Console, and you see it's super easy. I just chose my accounts connected with this email, click, and it's done. Enable auto tagging, it's very important. And next, review, submit. It was done under 30 seconds. So you can connect all the data from Google Ads into Google Analytics and measure them in one place. Because it's very important that you don't allow only to look at the Google Ads data. You want to try to compare them to other channels, other marketing channels you spend your money on. Okay, so if you want to do it better content, you go to data-driven SEO. This is tool that will help you do it. We have a lot of them now. Two of the best I know is Surfer SEO and Contado.com. For example, I can use this content writer or content strategy to generate topics, and then I go, it will scan my competitors. So for my keyword, I have all top 10 from Google. And then in this tool, I will try to write a title, description, and all the content, seeing my competitors' meta. This is super cool because you see it in one place. If you work on one monitor, it's like one display is super cool to work with, but later you will see all the smart headings generated for you by AI, all the keywords, all the extended keywords, and then you can simply go to check all the questions that were on the site in Google, that were on your competitors' web pages. So we are talking about intent. You have answers to the intent. If I search for a car, for a family car, I will search for 5-seater, I will search for SUV or something, I will use those keywords. So if you do a content, say like choose this car, it's bad. If you do content that answer all the questions from the user, it can be super good. Okay, so Surfer SEO is a competitor of this tool. It's also very good. It will show you a lot of data about how much words you should use, what kind of words or keywords, and stuff like this. Second practical applications of GA4 is comparing the channels. You can have this issue that you will see some email traffic. This is bad. You don't know what to do with this. This garbage data. Then you wanted to have this. You want to see all the traffic from the newsletter. And we know it can drive conversions for months, not only day after sending the newsletter. So if you want to see this in your source medium report, or you don't want to see this, but you want to see which Facebook posts generated this, you need to use UTMs. UTMs are just these variables added to URL. So for example, here I added newsletter, email, or conference, and every link I tag with those, and I can check them in my Google Analytics report. What do I tag? Everything. You can use this tool for the starters, then you will do it manually or in some spreadsheets, but overall it looks like this. For example, if I wanted to do a LinkedIn post, I will do source and medium LinkedIn social, campaign, for example, my profile name I use, and I can tag a post ID. So I can post every day and I will know which link led the traffic. I don't have to build a report with different landing pages. Maybe you are driving traffic every time to the same landing page and you want to know which one works. And this UTM term is for keywords, but the content and UTM term we use for diversifying, for example, ads. So I ran 10 ads with 10 different photos on Facebook in meta ads, and then I check which one drive not only CTRs, but the conversions or the engagement at my website. And you can tag a much more. We, for example, tag Instagram bios, Google Maps profile to know the traffic from the Google company profiles, YouTube descriptions. You can tag something and hide it in QR code. So you can check if people are scanning the QR codes or which one QR code is scanning, because you are printing posters and you want to know what's about. And it's super important to know if you take two people, one is from social agency and second one is from Google Ads, and for example, third is from SEO, and you will ask them, how much did you sell from my e-commerce? They will give you numbers. If you add them, it will be more than you sell that month. And who is lying? No one is lying. Everyone is attributing everything for themselves. So Google Analytics can give you this report, and in data-driven model attribution, you will see how organic search impacted sales, how, for example, paid search impacted sales. This is funny because it's a Google account demo, and they're doing ads for them, and they are not working. So don't learn ads from Google, but it's just funny. It doesn't sell the Google gadgets, but you can check this and you can try to change the model, and you can try to understand how SEO is impacting sales driven by, for example, Google Ads or your social ads, okay? You can check the path to conversion and know how complicated they can be. For example, these users need to return 5 times from organic search to sell this revenue, to get this revenue. And the last part is very much connected with the first part, with the landing pages. You can understand your user better and their intent much, much better, okay? With Google Analytics 4, we have some options. And first of all, you need to look at some data points at Google documentation. Because what Philly showed you, like if you analyze Google Docs, you will know that, okay, this is good, and they say now 301 redirects of expired domains are bad, okay? So this is a signal for you. Either you are black hat and you will see, wow, let's check it out, this technique. Cool technique, by the way. It's working in Poland. We are looking forward to some changes, but there are no changes. I will tell you, in Poland, most of the links are links bought from the publishers. So all this stuff we hear from, for example, that works in Germany or in France, that you cannot buy links, you will be penalized. It doesn't work in Poland. So we are like watching and we are sitting on a time bomb, but okay. And you have this knowledge. So from here, from the elements of quality score, you can learn how Google say useful site to things that you can influence. They will say that useful site in ads is CTR, but it's expected. So they count the chance of CTR. They're not checking the CTR. They know that it will be better on the first position, on top spot. They take it into consideration. Ad relevance and landing page experience, not only algorithmic one, but they try to assess if this landing page was good for a user, okay, in many ways. So what can we do with that? How we can translate it to changes in our website? First of all, the keyword always has an intent. So we have to answer more questions, more answers. We can match this intent with title and description on a web page. So we can improve SEO, we can improve content for this. If I'm looking for example, dishwasher, the site is about dishwashers, but to think like, what kind of dishwasher is most popular? We should show what kind of pricing should I use, the strategy, show some different options, right? You can dwell into this and think, I don't want to answer only few percentage of people. I want to get answer for everyone typing this keyword there. And you have to keep the promise and answer on the landing page, what you told in an ad. Because if you told something in an ad and there is nothing about this, for example, promotion is hidden after the scroll, you will lose users and you will lose some rankings, because if you do it for organic, it will be bad. So how to get keywords? It depends. If you have a little time, you use just Google Planner. This tool is super cool. Keyword Planner will give you a lot of keywords, but Google Search Console will give you a great feedback, because you will see what keywords you already have. So I go there to the report, then I'm sorting it, and I'm checking what keywords I have on the 10th position, 11, 12. This is low-hanging fruits, something to very easily optimize. I can improve the ranking very easily of those keywords, and they are too low to generate traffic right now. Okay? Then I have SEMrush, Ahrefs, two Polish tools, Semstor and Senuto. They are working also with other languages. They have databases, and they can show you, for example, your competitors based on similar keywords. So you really know who your competitors are, because they are there. You can check they are similar to you. And there are a lot of tools like this. Also, ChatGPT can generate you quite awesome keywords. But if you check all these tools, you need one more, or you can use one more. A very important mine of keywords, it's your Google Analytics 4. If you start configuring Google Analytics, you'll get asked if you want to do everything connected. I'm going to the data streams and settings, and this is called enhanced measurement. And if you see, there is something like site search here. If you have site search on your website, so little search engine in your WordPress or your e-commerce, it's automatically gathering data from those keywords, and then you can go to events and search for the special event, It's quite a low data in demo account, but here, view search result, and I see exact names of products and stuff, everything people put in the search engine box on the Google Merchandise Store, okay? So you can check this for you and see what people were searching for on your website. They trusted your website enough to put something in search, not going back to Google. This is super important. And you can check if they found it, because you can do the sessions, or you can make a report that will see engagement rate after using this event, okay? Of course, you can improve this. There are a lot of plugins. For example, Lupa Search is a cool one because it will use AI to try to improve your results. So it will make the search engine very easy for a user to use. But you simply can just check because, for example, WordPress plugins are very, very good. And you have some quick wins. For example, if you go to Keyword Planner, the official Google one, and you put some keywords like this, and I want to know the trends of these keywords, I can do all data. It's 4 years of data there. It's the best tool to check on Google. Google Trends sucks. They can be manipulated. They don't give real data. This tool gives real data. It's not manipulated by automatic queries put by some SEOs. And then you have trends for these words individually and a big result on top. Red is mobile traffic, blue is desktop. And then we go here, and if you export this to Google Sheets but use the historical metrics, you'll have this. And you can write your own macros to check. For example, imagine I'm putting thousands of keywords there and telling my e-commerce clients, okay, you are selling thousands of products, but in this month, in April, we will get a raise in queries for this, and this. What do? We put them on the main page, we put them in promotions, we know what people will buy. And I work with veterans in e-commerce, and they said, wow, we never knew that there is a season for this product, or when will be season for grill. It's the first good weekend with sun, right? You cannot predict some stuff, but a lot of keywords will give you nice data. Also, you can get the snippets from SEMrush or Ahrefs. For example, if you go to the reports in these tools, you can see your keywords or your competitor keywords with the snippets. So there is a search engine results page, and they have YouTube movie on it, okay? So then I see these YouTube movies, for example, pool cleaning compilations. I type cleaning pools and I see the movies. I want to be there. I cannot do it in an organic way better because it's a movie from YouTube, so I have to make a movie. And if you want to make better movies and simply do it right, you can use this plugin, vidIQ. It's great stuff. It will show you the tags of your competitors. It will show you a lot of statistics. You can use it for free. Another quick win is to check for the keywords gap. So you take competitors and you try to see the keywords that they have. You don't have, they are competitors, so maybe those keywords are on, right? And the best way is to not assume who is your competitor, but to check for real competitors. So other companies that will be fighting you in Google for the same keywords. And they are there. It's a simple report from SEMrush. You can check it out, and you'll see how big competitors are they and what keywords they have in common. And the segments, that's the last thing you can get from analytics directly. You see, this is a demographic report. Wyświetlenia means views in Polish. This is my views for ads, and this is my clicks for ads. You see, those guys, 1824, didn't click on my ads at all. Why should I use my ads to target them, right? This is waste of CTRs, this is waste of ad relevance. I need to change it. So you can go to reports in analytics and check this, how your data looks in the ages and interests. I can use those interests to target people in social media. I always ask if a social media company check this, because this is the best way to build the personas for LinkedIn, for Meta ads, Instagram, stuff like this, TikTok. And then you have to eliminate by target. I'm a middle child. I have to thought all my life for this. So why target everyone if you can target with the budget only the right traffic, right? So you can see all the examples here. This is from Google Ads that we can use in market and affinity. I'm so sorry. And if you don't like Google Analytics 4, that's good, because you have a lot of opportunities there to use. First, diversify. Because if someone said, like, we are giving you a new tool, and the new tool is better, right? It's not always better. It's for someone is better. Why Google Analytics is for free? Let's say it to show you that Google Ads works. So why use only one analytics tool? We have more. And if you check more analytics tool, you will gather more data, more insight, and you will learn, for example, about usability of your tool much better. So first of all, do the consent mode, right? And do this. So I have to accept to go further. I cannot skip this. It's super important to be on the right side of the law here and work with Google with this. Then go to Google Search Console, check other data. This is my impressions and clicks for my website, so I can check the trends. And for example, I can check if I should panic here. It's something happened here. Maybe it was just a holiday or traffic drop. This is best tool to check if everything works. You don't know how to check impact of click-through in Google Analytics 4 because they don't show this data. But if you go to the very competitive keywords, you will see everyone is trying their best. They're doing some kinds of crazy emojis and stuff like this to get more CTR, right? And if you type best CRM, you will see that almost all answers on the top page are best CRM for 2024. So how Google looks at the relevance, that you need everything be right now for these times, not old news, okay? So you can check this in a search engine results page. Google Search Console also will tell you about the thin content. Someone asked at the last presentation, if you see this is very bad. This means my site is growing with the thin content that is not indexed. So Google said, I saw your 200 web pages. Only 100 is okay. Rest is trash. And you can check why in most of the cases. So those are things we are focusing on. We don't see a lot of manual penalties because someone has to like really go bad. But if we want to improve site, it's this, okay? And you want to you want to prevent, not patch. So if you see a report here, it's done. Google saw it. But if you want to prevent it, you need to scan your website. For example, use crawlers. Sitebulb, you can test it for free for 2 weeks. Screaming Frog, you can test it for a small site for whatever you need time. So there are crawlers, and they will give you a report. For example, how far clicks are from your main page, or hints how you can improve your site. Even if you are not a SEO, you can try to learn from them. And if you hate Analytics 4, you can use Looker Studio. See, I can edit all the reports there. They are super cool, and we are preparing those dashboards for our clients, and they can see only small amount of data, and it can be connected to everything they need. So there are paid connectors for Facebook, of course, but the free connectors for YouTube, Search Console. I can put everything about the website on one dashboard with some pages, and it's super cool for people that don't like to spend time clicking in Google Analytics. This is Microsoft Clarity. This is free tool, and I will show you that you can go and check something called heat maps, so you can see where people were clicking on this market, and you can see how far they scrolled, even if you go to these settings. And then there are recordings, and this is all legal. This is GDPR compliant, so it's all legal in Europe. So you can see how someone was using this website, and of course it's a recording, so you will have recordings from desktop and both smartphones. So you can see in the natural conditions how your site is used. Totally for free. You will set it up with Google Tag Manager in a few minutes. So I hope I left some inspirations for you to dig in the data in Google Analytics 4. And thank you for attending. Thank you for listening. I'm on LinkedIn, and I will try to answer your questions if I have some time. Thanks. Oh, yeah. So the first question, premium analytics for, it's super expensive. If you are in a top 10 companies in your country, yeah, you probably would like to use it. There is no need for any other companies. I worked for 7 years for the second largest group of portals in Poland. We didn't use premium. So you can gather a lot of data in analytics to watch the trends without paying. So yeah, if you are e-commerce and you want to have every data, no sampling, not at all, yeah, you can ask Google, but it's very, very expensive and doesn't give you a much of an advantage for small campaigns. You have to spend like 10 times more budget to earn it. Second one, what would you be a good engagement on average? There is no such a number. You have to try to compare. You always compare. I cannot, like, there is no good CTR, for example. You can try to know that, oh, I wanted to have people staying on my website, it's good, but you have to just compare. If you can check your competitors, somehow it's great, but you don't get this data for free. You don't know this data unless you hack them. So there is no good answer to this. Yes, it can be changed in the setting, in admin setting. You have to dwell deep, but yeah, it can be changed, of course. And attribution model. I use data-driven lately. GA4 changed it, so we don't use everything. I use data-driven. It's not the best one because there's a lot of stuff we don't understand. Like with the AI, it's generated somehow. But to be honest, lately I caught myself that I'm using data-driven all the time. What I do like in past to compare first click to last click. It shows the main reasons that we should, for example, use Google Display Network or display ads on Instagram that grow our brand but didn't grow sales, for example. And then when you look at the engagement rate, you will see that they sell. Okay? Okay, I think that's it of my time, right? And thank you very much.
Thank you. That was awesome. I'm a huge fan of Clarity and Data Studio. Now called Looker Studio. I have a small gift for you from the conference organizers. Here we go.